September is Deaf Awareness Month, and we want to focus on higher education and inclusivity. Belgium Campus, iTversity, is the first institution in the country that offers a dedicated bachelor's degree and IT diploma for deaf students. And earlier this year, the first 6 deaf students graduated from the campus. For more, I'm joined by Belgium Campus iTversity's Thinus Kritzinger. Thinus, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, provide us an overview of Belgium Campus iTversity's recent achievement in conferring IT degrees to deaf students.
Yes, thank you, Clara. So we've had a number of students that qualified in their diploma in information technology. We engaged on this about 8 years ago, where we thought that it would be a good idea to give deaf students an opportunity to become software developers, web developers, or database developers. From there, the students were basically enrolled for the diploma in information technology. We've hired about 30 students that graduated with a diploma in information technology, deaf students.
Yeah.
And we invited 6 of them to come back in order for them to come and complete their Bachelor of Information Technology here at Belgium Campus.
So tell us a bit more about
the approach that we take.
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. No, the approach that we take is, look, I need to stress that these deaf students do exactly the same programs as the hearing students. I need to stress that. So they write exactly the same examinations, and they do exactly the same assessments. The only thing that we've adjusted is that we have dedicated classes for them with a lecturer and a South African Sign Language interpreter that is dedicated to that class. And then with the assessments, they will receive this in English. But our sign language interpreters will also create a video for them with a question that they can then answer. So apart from that, these students are treated exactly the same as any of our hearing students.
So we've spoken about the significance of this accomplishment and also what led to its realization as well. Let me take the comments of Dr. Eleni van Wyk, who also mentions that the Belgium campus collaborates with the industry to support these deaf students financially. Can you share a bit more about these partnerships or even initiatives that have made this possible?
Yes, indeed. So since we are a private higher education institution, our students do not qualify for NSFAS funding. A lot of these students, I would say about 98% of these students come from very poor backgrounds. And we realize that it's very important that we work with industry and involve them so that bursaries can be provided to these deaf students. There's a number of companies that have come on board over the last few years that I can mention. For example, there's Eskom, there's Ericsson South Africa, there's Vodacom, EOH, Dimension Data. And thanks to these bursaries that they offer these deaf students, they get an opportunity to complete their qualifications. Then also, in order for the students to do some in-service training, that is part of the qualification, we've also got a partnership with Botlale Village, where companies are then placing students. So we've got a dedicated project manager allocated there, as well as a sign language or South African Sign Language interpreter. And they then, basically, these students are working at Botlale Village, but it's projects that are coming from Vodacom or from Ericsson that these students are then working on in order for them to complete their qualifications and gain experience, of course.
So the Belgium campus is the first higher education institution in the country to even offer this dedicated bachelor's degree and IT diploma for deaf students specifically. What motivated the institution to take this pioneering step here?
Well, what we realized, that's what I said, it was nearly about a decade ago, that we realized that there is, there's about 4 million hearing impaired people in South Africa, of which 300 to 400,000 of them is completely deaf. And we've realized that, they are not getting the same opportunities as some of the hearing students are getting. And we then decided that we're going to look and investigate how we can actually implement this, because we've realized, that's what I say, we realized more than a decade ago that even though, these students are deaf, they will be good, or they could be good at software development, web development. And we've seen, they've proven us correct over the last couple of years.
So the Belgium campus has also seen significant growth in the number of deaf students since 2015, like you say. What do you attribute this growth to, and what are the long-term goals for inclusivity and accessibility in higher education?
So what is very important is that the deaf community, I'm not sure if the viewers know this, but the deaf community is a very close-knit community. They interact with each other. And, there's students that have seen, or let me rather say there's alumni that have completed their qualifications here by us. But the word is spreading in the deaf community. And thus we've got more and more, more students that know that they can actually find employment after completing this qualification in the industry. So that's why this is what we attribute the growth in the number of students that want to participate in this. We attribute it to this, the success, these students, or these alumni rather, that's getting employment after completing their studies with us.
Thinus, we are fast running out of time.
What is also,
yeah.
Sorry, what I also want to mention is what we've also done over the last couple of years is it's important for us also, that the hearing students also see that there's nothing different with deaf students, except for the fact that they can't hear. And that is why, for example, we make sure that our deaf students are integrated with hearing students when they do final year projects or innovation projects. We've got SRC representation. This year, we actually had the first student that took part in, we've got an international hackathon, a 24-hour hackathon, where we've got students from all over Europe and then from Belgium campus in South Africa that work on a solution for waste management. And this year was the first year that we had a deaf student from Belgium campus that participated with fellow students from abroad to come up with a solution.
Thinus, as we wrap up, and in the additional research, there is this call to break the silence on mental health issues, which are also affecting the deaf community here. How can educational institutions like yourself even contribute to addressing these mental health challenges among their deaf students? It would seem we have lost that line with Thinus. That was Belgium campus, iTversity's Thinus Kritzinger. Let's go to the latest now in KwaDukuza, rather, in the north of Durban. This is where Amazulu